Hi, welcome in. Today I'm going to be doing some divination scrying, and I got some things set up here to try to make it look pretty and have a beautiful energy with this healing blue for the throat chakra to assure that I've got some good messages that come through with clarity. Let me just get some... This is an herbal blend I made for dream magic and Dreamwork. Dreamwork is something that I'm really interested in, and as a mental health professional and a Jungian, and just because dreams are fascinating and interesting, right? And so to start with, thank you, little Suwani dragon here. This is such a pretty little incense burner. I just love that this was not a cheap little incense burner, but I love how I just love it. So I'm mixing it up, and partly it was to be creative because of the heater. It's going to be really cold where I am this week, so I'm not going to be able to do really maybe any readings at my altar, at my table, but I can do some divination work in here, and I've been kind of feeling like doing an obsidian mirror gaze, so I've brought that just in case I'm going to do some scrying into that. But the first thing is that I had some dreams last night that feel important to talk about, so they might be confirmation for someone. And the first part of the dream was somebody close to you, someone who might be like moving in where you're leaving, like a roommate or a house sharing situation where you live in with a community, like in a communal setting to some degree. And this person who initially you thought you could trust is messing with you. Like they're doing things to upset you. They're trying to, and I have the sense that it's like they're trying to just drive you out. They're trying to get you out of there. Either by doing things they know that upset you so that you'll be activated and fight or give up and leave or whatever. I don't have the sense that you don't want to leave. I have the sense that you're fine with leaving, but this person's just being an aggressor for some reason, for their own gains or their own amusement, because that was kind of coming through, that this person, along with some of their associates, that you then are like, well, wait, I thought you were my friend. Like there's some confusion around that too. Like people that you thought were part of your world, it's like the veil is being lifted and you're seeing that these people are actually also connected to this person who's messing with you. The other thing I was picking up is that this person has red hair. The other thing I was picking up is that they're using things that you speak on or talk about, either to your community or to the group in general or to your friends, like things that you're speaking about that are unusual. They're then using that information to try to get more from you, but for their own gains again. So it's almost like saying, like someone being like, oh, you like Superman? So do I. Superman, this, that, and the other, and continuing to like bring up Superman because they want to find out what you know. I know that's a weird example, but that's just what was in my dream. And I have happened to be speaking about Superman, keeps coming through in a lot of my divination work. So that's how I was to know that that's what was going on, was that this person was trying to then use that subject to spark a conversation with you, but it's not what you think. It's not like a casual conversation about the subject. It's because they're trying to get information from you, maybe to steal your ideas or to figure out where you're going. I know that's kind of nefarious, but that is coming through. And there's also somebody coming through, again, it's this person with the red hair that's being disrespectful to the natural world around you. They're doing things like trying to drive off animal life that you care about. And again, this is something in my whole entire life, actually, having grown up in the country and now I live in the country again. That's not unusual. People have disagreements about how to manage wildlife and how to engage with wildlife. Like in Oregon and in some of the western states, that's been true for wolves, right? Like wolves have advocates among people, but they also have detractors in ranching. And so there's something about that, like you really value the presence of the wolves, but somebody around you again, it's like a disrespect. Like, they don't like the wolves. They want to scare the wolves, and you don't like that. You're feeling really indignant. And I have a couple memories that maybe I'll get into if it seems important, about that from my own upbringing, where kids, even and other adults, were mean to the wildlife around me, and how stressful that was, and how powerless I felt as a kid, because as a kid, you can't really come up against tougher kids than you, or adults that are being mean to the animals around you. There's something to do with that, and it's causing you a lot of distress. And in my case, it was this person with red hair. There was like a wolf or a coyote. It was some type of a canine that was trying to be here. And this person was like stomping at it to get it to be spooked and run away. And it was working. The wolf was, or the coyote, it was like a hybrid of a wolf and a coyote. They were like getting spooked and running away. And then I was stepping in and saying, stop doing that. Like, what are you doing? And then there was another point where I was like pushing them, literally pushing them out of my space. So I think what that means is that you might need to do some cord cutting with these people that are around you, that you're sensing like, I don't like these people, or at one time I did, but I don't anymore, or I don't want to be around them because it doesn't feel good. There's something about that that's okay that you listen to. You're not crazy, I guess, is maybe why this came through. Like, you don't need to, get paranoid about it, but just this maybe is like confirmation that, yeah, this time you're not in a good setting, or it's okay for you to go, or it's okay for you to plan on just your next moves, and don't be so open about it. Like, that's something I've had to learn too, is when I'm excited about something, and I've been sort of this in open-hearted energy a lot of my life, and very too trusting, as Stevie Nicks says, too trusting, yes, but then women usually are. And that was my case. And I don't mean to be speaking down on women, I'm a feminist, but I was too trusting. And there's something about just realizing you've been too trusting here, and it's okay. You don't have to do resort to anything extreme. Just know that and trust your hunches here. These folks maybe are just come-uppers or something like that, right? So now I'm just going to pull a layout about this, what's happening here. I even feel sort of off my game right now. Like, as I'm trying to sit down to do this, I feel, I don't know, just interfered with. Like, my dream space felt very interfered with last night. And these herbs that I'm blending, or that I'm burning, are for the dreamscape, like to cleanse out the energy in here. Of feeling dreams that aren't mine, or people trying to enter the dream space that know how to do that know how to get into your mind, or even just manipulative people that know how to play on your fears or your anxieties, right? It could be something like that. But wherever you are, just know that you're okay. And when I woke up and was feeling disturbed and like I wasn't getting any restful sleep because I kept having to fight these fights in my dreams, I put on some, did some things to clear the space around me so that I felt like I could sleep in peace and not have to. And if you have PTSD, that can be a factor as well. Like needing sleep to be restful and feeling like you can't get restful sleep because you're replaying trauma in your dreams. So what's something we should know right now? What's important for you to know about this situation? It's like a lot of lurking energy, like people watching you and not comfortable with your power, but trying to bring you down or interfere with your confidence or something. I don't know what. I'm sorry. I feel a little bit all over about it. What should we know, Spirit? The Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there's a judgment day. So these people, it's like, and I could kind of feel that in the dream, it's like they can sense that the change coming for you, And something about it they don't like. They're not comfortable with it. You're embracing it. Like, I almost feel like you're racing towards the tape to get across the finish line for this judgment. You want to be on the other side of it. You're eager for the judgment day. You need the change. And the energy I was feeling is that these folks, not only were they trying to slow down or prevent the changes, they were also trying to interfere with your belief in yourself or something. But this judgment that's coming for you, it's because you understand that it's bringing you a new opportunity. I really relate here. We have a lot in common. This is where I'm at in my life. There's a big judgment day, one that I wasn't in a hurry initially to get to, but now it's like I can't wait. I'm just praying a lot and trying to just keep my energy clear and ethical and all that as I know this new opportunity is coming for me. It's really, you can't stop it. Nobody's going to be able to stop it. A judgment day and an Ace of Wands, it's like it's coming for you. Just hold on. The interference that you're experiencing, either from people around you that are like haters or something, nothing really is bigger than this. This is like godly energy kind of stuff, right? A judgment day is very biblical. Yeah, you are here. God or spirit or your higher power, whatever that is, sees how strong you're being. This is a big acknowledgement that you're being commended for the strength that you're showing in the situation to get through it. Like, at some point with this person in my dream who stomped really aggressively at the wolf, like to get it to go away, was then kind of trying to do this weird switch up on me and talk about how caring they were about houseless folks. And like, it was this bizarre, finally I could just feel like like a forked tongue or something about this person. And I literally, in the dream, I'm not an aggressive person. I was shoving them out of my home and out of my space and saying, get out of here. Get out of here. Stop doing that. Stop threatening that wolf. Stop acting like this. Get away from me. Like, it was really I felt like I had to be really forceful. And this is like an acknowledgement that that's okay. It's okay to have these really hard boundaries with people, even if it means you speak a harsh truth that they don't want to hear, right? Or that you're not accustomed to doing, maybe because you're kind of a gentler soul. It's saying it's okay. As long as you're kind of working in concert with your inner lion, it's okay to harness that power. You have that power in you for a reason. Boom. I mean, this is like crazy power here. You're in a very empowered place, but I have the sense that people are undermining you or undermining your ability to see that for whatever reason. Like, this could be like a toxic family system or a toxic work environment. I worked at a place that I remember when I first got hired there, it was like a dream job. But as time went on, I was like, this place is toxic as fuck. Like, I need to get the fuck out of here. And it was hard because I was earning a really good living, and now I'm really broke, like poverty level, but I feel so relieved not to be there anymore. So you're trusting a process like that, like I did. You're trusting that you're entering a new era. It's taking everything you have to maintain your integrity, keep pushing through whatever obstacles and delays. It's been really foggy here, and that's kind of made things feel sort of murky or like confusing at times, but you're not confused. Okay, yeah, my God, look at this power. You're in this emperor status. You truly have nothing to fear here. But these people may have gotten in your head. They got in my head in these dreams where I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? Another part of it was that they showed up, a car full of people, in the middle of the night to hang out with me. And in the past, like maybe when I was younger and less sure of myself, I might have felt like it's too rude to turn them away or something, right? But that's not true, okay? There's something in the dream that I had where it was like, why are you guys here now? And they were like, oh, we wouldn't think you mind, but they were kind of being mean about it. Like, mean, I don't know. It was just really bizarre. And it was creating a lot of confusion for me in the dream. And then I was feeling like I had to get them safely home somehow, or I was stuck in one of their cars with them and it was going to be for hours. And I was like, how did I get here? Like, how did you talk me into this? And then finally in the dream again, I stood up and was like, this doesn't fucking work for me. Like, you can't just show up here in the middle of the night to party like you're some crew that I'm on the outside of. Like, if you wanted to hang out here or hang out with me, you could have invited me to be a part of the thing right from the beginning, but you chose not to. Now you want to hang on to... It was very weird. It felt malicious, like a ganging up on... this group ganging up on you and kind of getting amusement from that. And that can happen in weird toxic work settings, right? Like I worry sometimes that people are going to take these kinds of betrayal readings as like card readers trying to sow paranoia, but really what it is card readers helping tell the truth about what can really go down in relationships. People are shady. A lot of people are really shady and will get off on making others insecure and stuff, right? And it's that kind of energy. But what it's saying here is like, you literally have nothing to worry about. Like, these people cannot touch you, okay? It's not... They might have gotten into your head or gotten into your dream space or confused you for a little bit, but look at this. I mean, look at this. This is really, really beautiful. Reassurance for you. You're not in danger. They're not going to overpower you, right? They're not going to take what's yours. Your judgment day and your new beginning is here. They can't do anything about it, right? So in the near future, it's going to be hard because while I think this is you here, but because you're in this energy, it's going to be hard to go back into page mode and be stealth and blend in and watch and wait. But you kind of might be being asked to do that. I'll pull some more to make sure, but you're in this, you're ready. You're like ready to ride forth from your heart space. Like, you're charged up. You're in night energy. You want to move quickly. You want to move, like I said, you want to move through this judgment day to the new opportunity. You feel empowered. You're beyond ready. And so having to be in this page mode has been very, very frustrating for you. I can feel that because I relate to some degree. This is where you are. You want to move forward. You want to be speaking truth. You want to be engaging your heart. You want to move quickly. You want to move out of whatever obstacles have been in your way. And, you know, this is a card, for whatever reason, these players don't like it. But look how they're not in the kind of energy that you're in. So they feel like they're standing their ground in some way. They feel like this is justice. And that was the other thing I was hearing, was that, or experiencing in the dream, was that this group has been discussing you, or this group has been talking about you without your knowledge and telling a story about you without your knowledge. So there might be people who are getting the wrong messaging about who you are as a person or something, because they feel justified in this for some reason. They feel that they're somehow standing their ground against you, which is very weird, because what I'm picking up on is that you're focused on your own work here. Like, you could give two fucks, right, about them or what they're doing. Like, you're trying to move away from that. But for some reason, there's ego involved maybe, and these people feel like they have to stand their ground against you when you're not doing anything. You're not even thinking about them, right? And maybe that's what bothers them, is that you're no longer hooked in by these tactics or something. What you're hoping is just that you're to start receiving. You're hoping for, look at this Emperor, Empress. Like, you might also be hoping to come together with those who are as empowered as you, and not in this kind of taking, theft, messing with you, trying to, like, you see this bat coming, like, dropping down, like they're trying to really stop your growth or something. I don't know what it is. Stop you from moving away. It's weird. I don't know why. Where things are headed is something to do with, this is speaking to me about this Emperor, Empress. Like, you might have a new love coming in, because this is like inner child work. And often for me, it means inner child. Like, in this case, it's sort of like a coming together in this new energy that's also very vulnerable. As empowered as you are, it's going to require some vulnerability of opening up your inner child's heart, right? Something like that. But you're in great energy for that. You might be feeling a little bit warriored up, and this is saying don't get too warriored up, right? Like, you've still got to be connected to your inner child, especially right after this Empress card. But if you're coming together with an Empress, like an Emperor and Empress here, I mean, it could be within you, but I'm also picking up on something romantically. what else about this here? Yeah, there was like a coordinated effort of these folks to interfere with what I was doing. For what end, I have no clue. It was very weird, but a lot of it felt ego-based. Like this person who was stomping at the wolf to get it to go away and then trying to show off about caring about the homeless. It's like, what? You know, like that doesn't add up. That's incongruent, right? What else should you know about this? What about this energy here? Sacred marriage, alchemy. That's what we were just saying with this Emperor, Empress. So you can alchemize your inner masculine and feminine, or your anima animus, as Jung called it. But this also strikes me as like a fated or a divine, like a relationship and relationships and settings and scenarios that are far more in alignment with who you are and the path that you're on. Not these folks, right? Who are still down figuring out whatever they're trying to figure out in life. How to hate on you, I guess. Who knows? Fighting for justice is at the heart of this matter. So that's why you're racing towards this judgment day, because you know it's justice for you. That's at the heart of things for you. You know that this new beginning is something that you deserve. You haven't done anything shady to get here. You haven't fucked people over to get here. You've been honest. You know, it doesn't mean that your actions haven't impacted others in their emotions in a way that maybe they're sad about, but that doesn't mean it's unjust. It just means that you're trying to live your truth, right? You've been ethical. Fighting for justice is at the heart of it for you. But again, you might have been fighting for a while now, and it's important to remember to rest and allow your inner child to play and come out and be vulnerable, right? Look for what's being left out. What is the missing element? So I don't see any Pentacles cards, so you might be struggling to ground in these changes or be figuring out, when are these going to finally manifest in the material world? Like, I know it's all coming, but where is it? That's what it is. Like, that's the missing element, is Pentacles or coins. There's no earth element here. Although I will say that the Empress energy is a very earthy, fertile, abundant, crops like energy, right? Let go of your timeline, trust the natural flow of nature, patience. Well, what's hard for me though with that is that when I had these dreams last night, I was like, God, get out of my fucking dreams. I want to have a peaceful sleep. Like, I'm not messing with anyone. Why do I keep feeling like I have to defend myself in some way? And that's what's got you tired. But it's okay if you just kind of go low key, like this Page of Swords energy. You can just kind of watch and wait and see what people are doing and how they reveal their true colors. Or, you know, you've got options about how you want to slow down and contend with this bullshit, right? It's a test of your patience. I can feel it. You're feeling tested. What is it? Who are these people? Or what is the energy that they're doing? What is going on? What's the deal? What's their problem? They don't like the journey you're on. They don't like where you're heading for some reason. Who knows why the fuck, right? Just haters, I guess. Yeah, they are trying to create obstacles or create institutionalization around you that doesn't make sense. Like wildlife management that's fucked up. That's like colonial wildlife management that isn't healthy. It's out of balance, right? Like we want to revere cattle over a natural apex predator that belongs in this environment or something like that, right? This is what they're about. They're trying to block or imprison you from moving forward on this path for whatever reason. Why? Like, what is the problem? They maybe have unhealed, they don't want to lose you. That could be part of it. They might be trying to escape deeper shadow work by focusing on you. That could be, right? That happens. I had a stepmother later in life after my dad was an empty nester. He met this woman that had a lot of problems. My dad didn't have very good taste in romantic relationships. He was attracted to abusive women. And, I don't even know where I was going with that now. Yeah, sorry. I don't remember why I brought her up. But it was a very rough, that's what it was. She was addicted to alcohol, which I had no judgment. I mean, I have a lot of addiction in my family, but she didn't want to face her own alcoholism, so she focused on my brother's addiction and went balls to the wall in this kind of psycho way about it. Like, started trying to secretly report him to the postmaster general because she suspected him of doing mail fraud, which he may have been. My brother did a lot of illegal things because he was addicted in a time and place, and still, this is still how it is, where addicts go into like breaking laws in order to maintain their addiction. And instead of looking in the mirror at herself and focus on her own addiction, she took it upon herself to try to bring my brother down, and it really ended up destroying their marriage, my dad and her marriage, which it's better that they split up, because she was pretty unhealthy. So it could be something like that, right? That they're not doing their own work. They're focused on you and hating on you, and that's unhealthy, right? But it's also like you're in this light, like you're this lion, you're this emperor and empress. You've got this new opportunity. A new world's coming for you, and they're drawn to that. Whether they want to admit it or not, that's why they're so focused on you, is because you're emitting a really beautiful light. And you're willing to, and have done your shadow work, and you don't want to forget your inner child, right? And that's what's a problem for these people. It's crazy sad, but it's true. My stepmom, Karen, was jealous of my dad's devotion to my brother, and she got focused on bringing him down several notches because it was a distraction from her own pain, right? One time in one of her more honest moments, she said that she really didn't remember much of her childhood. So that came from somewhere, right? Like, she wasn't just a bad person. She also had an inner child that was unhealed, but she didn't want to heal. She wanted to focus on my brother, right? It was unhealthy way of coping. So there's some kind of maybe a ringleader here, or I don't know, like a man with power. I don't know who this is. There's an interesting image in the background of like a zeppelin, but it's not a zeppelin. It's a fish sort of figure with a boat underneath it, but it's like a zeppelin. That's interesting. I wonder why that is. And a shell here on the shore. There's, if you think about, there was one of the zeppelins in the past that went up in flames, and it was sort of a famous event. And so this person might have been trying to create this kind of destruction and get control over your power, is kind of what I'm feeling, and try to use it for himself. So there might be somebody, an actor, a bad actor, and you know who this is talking about. I don't know what the Zeppelin has to do with it, but again, is it the Hindenburg? I think that's the name of it. That's an interesting story about, and also all of a sudden that what just came through is the scene from Scarface where he sees that blimp in the sky that says the world is yours. That is coming through also. So Scarface might have some, like, you might be trying to leave a toxic crime, or it doesn't have to be crime, but right, like he got into himself into horrible situations, right? Tony did. So yeah, they're not, this might have been someone you once were with that isn't wanting you to move forward. It's just here. They might be doing things to try to make you feel unsure, unwell, uncertain. Yeah, I don't know why I just keep being drawn back to this. The Zeppelin, the Hindenburg, the world is yours, the blimp, Scarface. I don't know what that's about, but it's there. And that, isn't that from Scarface? Or it might be from Carlito's Way, where he says, every time I'm about to get out, they pull me back in. That's a famous line. And that's what's happening here. That's it. That's something, they're trying to pull you back in from achieving this, getting away, breaking free. Crabs in a barrel came through in another reading, so it might be a continuation of that. Here's you. You might be in masculine energy here with this Emperor card, and you're hoping for your Empress here. That's coming through. And this guy came out in the reverse. So it's like showing a group, like maybe men around you that don't like that you're moving out of a way that you used to be. That's interesting that men are coming through. I would not, it's often a stereotype that women are the people that do this kind of thing, like backbiting, talking behind your back, gossiping, painting a picture of you that's not true. But what I'm seeing here is that there's a lot of masculines doing that. But I think this is you as the main male, this Emperor here. What else? What else about this? And I am going to do some scrying and some other divination as well. But this is feeling really good to do this reading, especially after a bunch of upsetting dreams like that, where I literally felt like I was kicking, and they showed up in the middle of the night, literally in the dream. In this card, they all showed up here in the middle of the night while I was asleep and expecting that I would entertain them. And it's like, what are you doing here? Like, first of all, you didn't even invite me to whatever you did hours earlier when you were all hanging out. But now you want me to put myself out and like entertain you, and now you're tricking me into going on this big long car ride with you. And how did I get stuck in here? And, it was just really convoluted, this imprisoning type energy. It really felt gross. Trying all different types of directions. They were coming at me to try to get information or something. It was very upsetting. Okay, at the bottom of the deck is this. So that kind of ties right into this. This is ending though. It's a judgment day. You know that this is coming to an end for you. Just hang on. This is a major confirmation. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to keep being patient. And I know, I get it. I don't love that message, but this is what's coming. Your wealth, your Emperor status, right? 34, this number comes up a lot for me. 43 and 34. Your abundance, your new world, your new opportunity for your royal sacred marriage, sacred alchemy. You're coming into an alignment, and this is going to happen for you. But these people or group or whatever is not okay with it. You might be really changing your life, and it affects these people in a way they don't like, right? Like maybe they can't keep getting rich off you or something. I don't know. Yeah, there's been a little bit of illusion present, and we just came through that full moon in Cancer, which for me definitely created a weird subconscious landscape that I really had to work through, breathe through, meditate through, cleanse my energy. And I did it successfully. The people that tried to enter my dream space or enter your dream space, they're not going to succeed, right? This is them, 7 of Wands, dealing in dark, unhealthy crap. They could be here. They could get on their own path that leads them to this. But for whatever reason, they're choosing not to do that. They're choosing to create illusion in your life, unfortunately, for them, ultimately, and for you right now. That's the key. Boom. That is the key. That's what's going on here. That's what came through. So I'm going to do some gazing here. And I'll see what I can see in the obsidian mirror. A teacher that I scheduled with recently to help me understand some of the things I was channeling, helped me understand that gazing in a mirror, doing mirror scrying, even if it doesn't happen in the moment, it will reveal truths about the people around you. And it's been harsh for me because they were some intense truths to have to take in. And it didn't often reveal it while I was gazing. It came later in my dream space. But she came in as a high priestess to tell me that's what happens and that that's normal. And I'm very grateful to her. So let's see what we can see here. I'll try to kind of, I don't know how much of this is coming through. Okay. I saw this in another dream and it's showing me the same dream. This was from weeks ago and I just kept it to myself, but now it's showing up here, so I know I'm supposed to say it. It's you opening the door, answering a knock at your door, and this guy putting a blanket over you like a kidnapping. And I'm not saying that literally, it's meant to be a symbol, but it's this energy of these people trying to block your progress for whatever reason. I don't know what that is. Fit it in your situation. But also the time that I had that dream, the letter initial of the person that came in and tried to nap you, it was like nabbing you under a blanket or catching you in a net. Their initial was J. It said J very specifically in my dream. They left it like a signature, so that has meaning for someone with the letter J in their name. I'm seeing a profile like those old time, we made them in kindergarten, like a shadow profile where you shine a light on yourself and then trace the outline of your profile. They were really popular turn of the century era. Carol Walker uses them a lot in her art. Silhouette work. Something about a silhouette. And it's having to do in a grove of trees. There's like a silhouette of you in a grove of trees, which might have meaning. It's almost showing me like a cameo. You might have a cameo or some type of cameo that has that as an image. A figure standing by a tree or something like that. And cameos, again, are from that era, I think, or even beyond, but they were super popular around turn of the century. Now there's a bird, like a vulture or a condor. And it's showing me the condor. It's in one of my astrological cards from Le Tarot Astrologique, I think is how you say that. It's an old French deck, again from turn of the century. So turn of the century era has meaning for you right now, either through an ancestor or, I don't know, I'm not sure. I don't know what that is. But that's also reflected in that bereavement graveyard coffin card. There's a song coming through called, it's from the 50s, I think, Lonely Teardrops. That's all I can hear. So you might be feeling alone through this right now. But the key, don't forget, you're well on your way. You're safe. These little weird traps of the mind that people are setting are not going to work. In fact, I'm embarrassed for them. It's embarrassing. They look stupid, honestly. coming through this reading. They look stupid, that they don't recognize. They're not even close. The chevron shape is coming through, like a chevron image of the V's, like multiplied, like a chevron pattern. I don't mean the company, right? I mean the image of a chevron, the symbol. Yeah, it's showing me like the phonograph, the old RCA image of the dog sitting by the phonograph. But it's like the phonograph is not good. Like the phonograph is going to suck the dog in or something. So there's some warning about be careful who you're listening to. Don't listen to these people. Don't let these people get in your head. They might be using, like, their words might have some type of power to them for you for some reason. So don't listen to them for too long. Like if you get someone trying to catch you up in a conversation, like that person in my dream that was trying to get me talking about Superman, but for their own gains, it's like, don't let yourself fall into that. That's where you need to be like that Page of Swords and just be, you don't need to prove yourself to these people. You just need to move away from them. And you know that, but this is just like a confirmation for you. It's sad though. Some of them are people you really thought you could trust. It's been disappointing, I can feel, to learn that they don't want you to succeed, or they don't want you to move away from them or move forward. They have some sort of envy associated with that. Yeah, now it's showing me like the iris of your eye. Watch what you're taking in. You're seeing clearly. Trust your vision. Trust your sight, that you're seeing clearly, okay? If you're getting hunches like that, like the people that showed up in my dream, like I'm going to listen to that. It doesn't mean I'm going to be a jerk or go accuse them of anything or whatever, but I don't owe them my time. So I'm not going to give people that are showing up in my dreams as warnings my time right now. I'm just not. If they don't understand, I'm sorry, but I'm on my path. They don't have to walk my path. They don't know my journey, right? I do. There's something about a triangle here. Like a pyramid, but also a triangle could mean a lot of things in relationships. It might be coming through in those relationships. There's a triangle or something. And your teeth. You might be having... teeth are coming in. So that could be like the teeth of that wolf, the tooth of the hydra, teeth. Something about maybe this betrayal, right? It's got tooth to it. Something about teeth. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close that. And then we'll do some final... This is something new I'm trying because I love it, but I like when other readers do this as like a help confirmation for letters and numbers and phrases that gosh, a lot of these, I didn't mean to pull so many of those. Don't look back. Resounding yes. 24 hours to a week to a month. It's happening in a fairly, you know, you're not going to have to wait long. Maybe by the next lunar cycle. Yeah, there's tricky energy here. These tricksters. It's your season. This is your time. Well, now we have a hard no. So we've got yes and no. So that might be part of the confusion, is this trickiness. Like these folks are trying to cause doubt. I don't know though, but let's see what the letters are here. Cliss. Bliss. Ill. See. Any of these letters could have Bill. Slick. I want to pull some more letters actually, because I like this. I'm not going to take any more of these. Chris. Kiss. That's nice to think about, right? Vern. Skit. Rinse. Okay. I'll keep working with these over time because I like that. But I'm kind of, you know, I understand why this is saying like a hard no, a resounding yes. Like for me, this is all of this. Like this is your resounding yes. These people, for them, it's a hard no, and they're really trying to be tricky. And any of these letter combinations can have meaning there, right? Here's me, right? CB. The libs. That's coming through. That's a, you know, someone might be upset with you politically. Okay. RN. Someone might be a nurse. Someone's trying to stir the pot for you, right? Okay, I think that's it. I'll just go ahead and pull maybe like one more card now to wrap things up. One thing I realized about these hazel sticks, I cut these hazel sticks a long time ago, but I didn't cut them in regular, they're not uniform, so I feel like I want to make another set where the size of them are all uniform, so there's not, you know, like I almost always pull tricky because it's just bigger, so my hand grabs it naturally. Stuff like that's important to think about, I feel. Any final messages here for you? Yeah, this entrapped energy here at the bottom of the deck. This is the no energy that they're trying to keep you imprisoned in. No, follow our tricks here. Right. Yeah, watch out for the illusion, that lunar energy here. You're going to have a lot of choices, and they might be trying to throw up choices in your path to steer you down. Like in my dream, those people kept trying to trick me into getting in their car, and then I was going to be like 4 hours trapped in a car with them. Like, I don't want that. I don't want to, how am I in here? Why am I in this car with you? I want to be at home in bed. Why did I agree to get, you know, it's stuff like that. So don't be steered is what I'm feeling. Yeah, just watch out for this lunar cycle. This is now moon. So something about this lunar cycle is maybe why that's happening, or why they felt empowered to do it through this full moon in Cancer. They might have been working with that energy to do that, and that's why they came into the dream space, because they're working with lunar energy to create some illusion here. It's tricky, right? It's tricky. It's a riddle. Okay, so I think that's everything. For some reason, I don't want the reading to end. I'm conscious of the fact that I don't want to end the reading, but I don't feel like I need to go any further with it. I think what came out needed to come out. I might do like another, not an obsidian mirror, but a amethyst portal scrying session here later today. But I'm sending you love. I hope this was helpful and resonated for you in some way. Watch out for the libs. Just kidding. I'm a lib. Not a political lib, but that just cracks me up. All right. Thank you.